Hey y'all, it's your girl Marquilla. Boy, oh boy, hasn't it been a while? So we have some catching up to do. No, seriously, but today I'm just going to catch up. This is my video about me being 10 months post-op after having weight loss surgery. So let's chat. So quick introduction. My name is Marquilla. I am a mom of 6, 4 children, 2 fur babies. I am a wife. I reside in the beautiful Chicago. I'm a photographer, a host of the Whole You Candid Conversations, which you can catch here on my channel. And I am also a certified health and wellness coach, where I empower women to become their most vibrant and confident selves. So, it has been a while. Summer has been crazy. I've had some changes in my life, and I've been preparing to, to get my certification. So, I had a wonderful summer, but I've also been kind of busy, and I haven't had time to come here and catch up with you guys. So, I am here just to catch up with you and let you know what's been going on, as well as sharing some things that has happened within these last 10 months. So now, if you don't know, I had weight loss surgery last year, back in October. So October 2021, I'm 10 months post-op. And I have kind of just been sharing my journey after having weight loss surgery on this platform. That will change. I know I've been saying that for a while, but that will change. I also do live stream my show on here every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just like this, I have taken a break from that as well, just to kind of focus on my classes, as well as being present for what was in front of me. And so soon I'll be resuming my live stream shows. I just kind of rebranded it, so those will be coming soon, so make sure you tune in for those. But let's talk about it. I want to talk about a few things, well, several things, not a few things, several things, just to catch up. And so this will kind of be a long one, and I do apologize, but make sure that you guys are staying locked here. I will be working to try to get more episodes out every week, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. You can also follow me over on my Instagram page, which is the Whole You LWC, on IG, as well as Facebook. I'm on Facebook as well. So again, that's the Whole You LWC. All of the information will be in the description section, so that you know where to follow me. But let's catch up. So let's talk about it. I am 10 months post-op after having vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery. I've lost about 93 pounds. Let me count that. Hold on. So I've lost 94 pounds. So I know I usually would talk about, I started off at 264 pounds. And so that's what I think about my weight before I did my pre-op diet. I actually, at my first consultation, speaking to the bariatric surgeon and his team, I was 273 pounds. And between that time, I had about 3 months where I had to sort of prepare for a surgery, or before it being approved to have the surgery through my insurance. So I had to go through the preliminary steps in order to be approved for it. And so that required me to see a nutrition or a dietitian. So during that time, I sort of followed the meal plan that they gave, and I went from 273 to 264. And then at my time of surgery, I did my pre-op diet, which some people do it for about 3 weeks or a month or 21 days, which is still 3 weeks. I only did mine for 5. I was only required to do it for 5 days, but I did it for 7. And let me just say, those extra 2 days really helped me, because I promise you, it takes about 2 days for your body to become acclimated to that pre-op diet. So if you want to know more about that pre-op diet, just, look at my previous videos. I kind of talk more about it, so I'm not going to get into it. But I went from 264 to 252 just in 1 week on that pre-op diet. And so there you have it. So yeah, I am currently 179 pounds. So I lost 94 pounds. So I'm very happy with my progress. And just to think about that, like 94 pounds, in 10 months, I mean, I wouldn't have probably ever lost that much weight if I was just trying it on my own. Like I've, let me not use that. Let me rephrase that. Not to say trying it on my own. Just not having the surgery. A lot of people like to say natural. I'll say natural for this video, but yeah, just losing weight naturally without having the surgery, it would have been very hard for me. I've tried it. I remember working out for, almost a year, and within 10 months, I've only lost about 40 to 50 pounds. I can't remember exactly, but it was not 94 pounds. And I stalled. I plateaued at that time as well. And so it was, I couldn't lose. It was hard for me to even lose even more weight. So anyway, I want to more so talk about what I've learned along my journey within these 10 months. So let's get into it. So what has happened to me? What have I experienced? The number one question that I always get asked the most is, did I lose hair? And my answer to that is yes. But keep in mind, I also have PCOS. And even though my symptoms have improved since weight loss surgery, I still experience. There's no cure for PCOS, so I still have to manage it and deal with it. It's going to affect me no matter what size I am. So with that being said, I have had hair loss with PCOS where my hair thins. I've never had a situation where clumps of my hair would fall off. I know some women have that experience. I'm talking specifically to PCOS. I have not had clumps of hair fall out, but my hair would just shed a lot. And it would thin, and mostly at the top of my head it would thin out. I had, twice I would get bald spots at the top of my head. As far as hair loss after having weight loss surgery, I want to say at about 4 or 5 months post-op, I don't usually wear braids, but I have been wearing them a lot more, only because my hair has thinned out tremendously. And again, that's to me. Some people look at my hair and they probably won't think it. But to me, it thinned out tremendously. I noticed it. It was kind of, a little discouraging. But I want to say, I think I was 5 months post-op, and I took my hair down, and it was just clumps. Clumps of hair was gone. And that's when I knew my hair was falling out. So I want to say about 4 or 5 months post-op, that's when I noticed it. And I noticed that's like the common thing with most bariatric patients is around that time is when they notice the hair loss. And I did do things. Only thing that I didn't do was take the hair, skin, nail vitamins. I didn't do anything, or like biotin. I didn't take any of those things because the bariatric team that I see was like against it. They didn't really want me to do that. But I did take collagen for my skin, and just to help, and that didn't help. But I want to say it's hard to say for certain if it was PCOS or if it was the weight loss surgery. I think it's a combination of both because, again, the thinning, but the clumps of hair, definitely, I probably think that was weight loss surgery. What am I doing now? I do take the hair, skin, and nail vitamins. It is one by Bariatric Fusion. They have one, so I do take that. And I don't take the collagen as much, but I think I will start doing that as well. So, but yeah, that's that. Currently, it's still thin, but it is not falling out. I do actually see a dermatologist as well, so I expressed my concerns through my dermatologist, where she recommended that I try Rogaine, and I have not tried that, so I don't know how that works. So if anybody knows, please let me know in the comment section how that worked out for you. But yeah, I still wear braids because they're just like low maintenance. I know some people might disagree with the tension, but really it's helped because I've had some braids in before. Actually, I had butterfly locks before this, and my hair did not shed like the time that I had the braids where clumps of hair came out. It did not shed like that. So I think it's working. I will be wearing my natural hair soon, but yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk about water. So water is life. I cannot say that enough. Water is life. You should be expecting like 64 ounces is what it is recommended. Sometimes if you are working with a trainer, a fitness trainer, or a coach, they might, even some doctors will tell you to do half of your body weight. I could easily put down more like I'm trying to think, like a gallon of water in a day. I could easily put that down, or more than that. Gulp up water. I could do over 100 ounces in a day easily. That's not so easy after weight loss surgery. I have heard so many people say that, and I did not, like, I just thought in my mind, and drinking out of a straw is really not the best. You can do it. I just don't recommend you do it early on in the process, but you can drink out of a straw. I have not had any issues, but ask your doctor. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm not a medical professional, so don't take my advice, but I drink out of a straw, and I find that is the easiest to be able to drink my water, but it is not always the best because I can get gas. So I try not to drink out of a straw too much, but it is easy for me to get my water in that way. What I do is I always keep a cup. I have like so many cups, so many tumblers, Starbucks cup. I recommend you keep a cup on you. So that's what I try to do. I try to drink as much water as I can. I love my coffee, so I'll have my coffee, but I'll drink my water. And I get tired of drinking plain water, so I'll try to add like fruit in there, or I don't really do that often, but I'll do it sometimes. Or I rely heavily on my Crystal Light, but I try to stay away from that too because of the sugar in it. It says low sugar, 0 sugar, but when you look at the ingredients on the back of these packages, you're going to find that they are loaded with sugar. Okay? I'll talk about that another time, but yeah, that's how I do with water. So, let's move on. Let's talk about stalls. I have another video about stalls, but I did want to share this. I have been sitting at 180 pounds for about a month, and my scale finally went down to 179, like about a week or two ago. Let me just say this. I was sick in June. I have polyps, sinus polyps. So it was causing some sort of drainage and blockage where it was sitting in my throat, and my throat was closed up for about a week and a half. And it was so painful. I couldn't drink water. It was hard to drink fluids. It was hard to eat. And so a lot of times I just didn't want to eat because it hurt and it burns. I thought I had strep or some sort of throat infection, or I thought I even had COVID, which I've had COVID twice. But I have been sick a few times after surgery, and let me just say, it would really like mess up your whole routine, like eating, because your appetite might decrease. You're probably not as hungry as is, so in my case, I would lose my appetite. With me being sick in June, I literally lost my appetite, and that pain from just like trying to drink fluids, because a lot of times when I get sick, I rely heavily on drinking fluids just to recover. I couldn't do it this time around, and it made me feel worse. I felt more sick. So it's been really hard trying to get back into a routine of drinking more water. I'm just now working on trying to make sure I'm getting in enough water. But because of that, it made it so hard to get back into the flow of things. And I think that is where that plateau happened, because what I've learned is drinking water really gets the weight moving. If you're not drinking enough water, you will more likely experience stalls. If you're eating too many, foods that are high in fat, or like, which with a lot of sugar, or drinking a lot of sugary drinks, that would also stall you. So I had to kind of sort of adjust as well. And because of how I was feeling, and because it took me a while, I also have an autoimmune disease. So it takes my body a while to recover when I'm sick. So I was struggling with fatigue and I have energy. I didn't really exercise, and then I was busy. So my routine has been off, and I'm just now getting back in the flow of things. So I do expect the scale to move, but I just want to say I have stalls. Sometimes stalls just happen. Your body needs to adjust. So I just would say, don't get deeply discouraged over those stalls. I am not. At first I was, but I'm not. I'm just so grateful for where I am now. I came a long way, so I'm not going to fight myself over that. But yes, stalls happen. Number one, let me say this. There is nothing easy about having weight loss surgery. The idea that having weight loss surgery is the easy way out is bullcrap. This is a tool. This is not a magic pill. It's not a miracle. It's a tool. You still have to put in the work. I still have to use my tool properly to make sure that I am losing the weight and maintaining my weight goal, or my goal weight. So I will just say that it's nothing easy about it. So the idea of if you are looking at this, if you're thinking about having a surgery and you think like, oh, I'm gonna do it and I'm just gonna lose the weight. No, I'm gonna just give you a reality check. It doesn't work like that. Of course, you're gonna naturally lose weight when you're on that post-op diet, because your diet has changed. You're not eating as much as you have been used to eating. But once you go into Whole Foods and you're introducing food back into your system, it is so easy to get back into your old habits. Let me tell you, I've been through it. I still struggle with it. There are days where I have to say no. I don't deprive myself, but I have to be mindful of what it is that I need to do to meet my goals. And so I just want to say that it's so easy to get back into old habits. You have to do the work. Exercise, move, eat the right things, make sure you're drinking enough water. All of those things. Number two, most things will be a trial and error. Oh my God, that includes food and exercise. You will learn what your body can and cannot handle. Most people are afraid to go back when they've in that end of that post-op diet and they're getting ready to introduce foods back into their body. Like, what do you eat? What can I eat? And you might have a meal plan if you're seeing a nutritionist or a dietitian, but it's still like experimenting. Keeping in mind of what you can and cannot eat. Low sugar, no sugar, low carbs, things like that. Let me just say, it took me a while to eat from a restaurant. I want to say about 7 months, but I did it, and I've learned all of the things. Like, I have to share meals. I can't eat a whole meal. It is very discouraging sometimes because, especially if you're doing brunch, mimosas and meal. I can't do both. I have to do one first, wait 30 minutes to do the next. And so I went out for brunch and to do mimosas, and I went with relatives, and I think they were kind of looking at me like, can you do this? And I had to kind of like announce like, hey, I can drink, but I have to wait 30 minutes to eat. And there have been times where I didn't wait those 30 minutes, and baby, I paid for it. So that's what I mean, trial and error. You might be tempted to say, okay, let me eat. And I might have, only 10 minutes there was a 10-minute gap from the time you drank some fluids and eating. And you might do it. And you're going to pay for it. That last bite, you might feel yourself feeling full because you really should stop eating once you have that sensation. But you might be like, I could take one more bite. And that one more bite might do it. So trial and error, even exercising, you're going to have more energy. You might want to try more things, especially intense workout. And then you realize like, my body can't do this, So everything, most things will be trial and error. Trying on new clothes, everything. I cannot even like say that enough. Number 3, it's okay to make mistakes. Let me tell you something. This is a journey. And just like with any journey, you have to learn, and you're going to experiment just to be able to see what you can and cannot do. You're going to be tempted. So if you splurge or you binge eat, let me just say you are human. You are allowed to make mistakes. Learn from those mistakes and make the decision to do better going forward. But you're going to make mistakes. I talked about, maybe drinking water and not waiting the 30 minutes before eating, and you might do that. But I typically like to look at it this way. You make the mistakes and you'll see what the results may be. Always be mindful of making the mistake and testing the limits. And what I mean by that is, for instance, we really shouldn't eat many sugars. Some people can't even tolerate it after having weight loss surgery. Some people can still, like myself, I can eat it to a certain degree. I remember a time I went and bought 2 cookies from Insomnia Cookies. I don't know if that's only in Chicago or elsewhere, but they are the bomb. And I bought 2 cookies. Now, I only can really eat like half a cookie, but I pushed myself to do 2. And I had an upset stomach, and my stomach was messed up for about a day and a half. So I just say, like, I make that mistake of pushing myself to do something that I know I couldn't do, and I learned from it. So now I know, like, yeah, I can enjoy desserts, but I only can do it, only eat so much. And so I'm always mindful of what I'm eating. Do I still make mistakes? Yes. But it's all about being mindful and remembering that this is a tool, and you have to properly use it if you want to meet your weight loss goals. So I just want to say that. Number 4, embrace your body at every stage or every phase. And the reason I say that is because body dysmorphia is real. I did a video talking about body dysmorphia. It is so easy. Just in simpler terms, I will put it this way. Having weight loss surgery, it is not only bariatric patients who struggle with body dysmorphia. Anyone can struggle with it, but it is very common for bariatric patients to struggle with it. I've seen a lot of people, express how they're unhappy with their body after weight loss surgery and things like that. The issue is, it is very hard to come to terms in your mind with the reality that you see in front of you. What I mean is, some days I struggle to see 179 pound Marquilla versus 273 pound Marquilla. It is so hard for me to conceptualize that my body has gone through a transformation. And although I look different to everyone else, I look like a completely different person. Sometimes I don't see that in the mirror. What helps is seeing videos and pictures of myself and to sort of remind myself, like, this is where I was, here's where I am now. So it is very hard to conceptualize that. That isn't what body dysmorphia is 100% per se. The other part of it is, you will find yourself focusing on one part of your body to focusing on another area and becoming obsessed with that. For me, it was my stomach. Very early on after weight loss surgery, I will say I've always had a challenge with my stomach since I was a teenager. I hated my stomach. I always thought it was big, it was fat. But now, after having weight loss surgery, I've lost the weight, but my stomach still irritates me. Like, I hate my stomach. Like, sometimes I think I look pregnant. I bloat too. I have PCOS. So I hate my stomach. I hate the way it looks. I especially don't like the part where it looks shriveled up. But I always have to talk to myself. Like, I have to say, like, you lost a lot of weight. I birthed 4 babies into the world. And so I try to give myself grace there. So what I've fostered this idea of embracing my body at every phase. So as I transition, I embrace my body. I mean, I look at my arm and it jiggles. Like, I never focused on that before, but now I do, now that I'm losing more of the weight. But instead of looking at that and saying, oh my God, I am now starting to embrace it more and saying, hey, I'm going through this transformation in my body. This is going to happen. Don't hate it, and reminding myself of that I'm beautiful and who I am and things like that. So embrace your body at every phase of this transition. Transference. Okay, so basically that is swapping one bad habit for another. For me, that is being a food addict, changing the way how I eat, or eating so much food, to becoming a shopping addict. I have a shopping addiction. I cannot buy anyone something without buying myself something. I can't go into the store without buying something. So I'm still coping with that and learning how to manage that by staying out of the stores. So I don't really have much insight on how to get better over that. But my one, I would say, is just being aware. Work on self-awareness. Self-awareness is key in making sure that you are aware of your triggers and making decisions to sort of manage or cope, or just avoiding them altogether. So yes, transference is real with any journey that you're taking, any transformation journey that you're taking on. You will find yourself swapping. Some people don't have that, but it's always to be mindful of it. Yeah. Number 6, this isn't a race. This is so key. This isn't a race. Don't compare yourself to others. You might find yourself looking at other people who have had weight loss surgery and they are going through the process, and you might be like, well, they've lost this much weight and I did that. And it's kind of one of those things, your brain will go there. But I just had to quickly check myself and say, hey, this person's transformation is different than mine. Our journeys are different. They are not the same. We have different body types. We're not going to look the same. Her 180 pounds might look different than my 179 pounds. So I have to be mindful of that. Do not compare yourself. I know it's hard. You're going to do it, but remind yourself of what you're doing and try your hardest to focus on your journey and don't focus on what someone else is doing. It's very easy to. Pace yourself, give yourself grace. Focus on what you're doing, and trust the process. I had to take a moment to say, sweetie, you lost 94 pounds. How many people get to say that? Not everyone get to say that. And so I am grateful for that and helping me stay in focus on my process and understanding my body is going to do what it needs to do. It needs to feel comfortable with losing the weight. So if I am stressful, if I'm not feeding, nourishing my body in the right way, taking care of myself, the weight is not gonna feel comfortable with moving. So there you have that one. And number 7, this is more than a weight loss journey. I am working on myself mentally. I have learned so much about myself. So it's a self-discovery journey. It is a self-love journey. I've done things to sort of take care of myself. Learning more about myself have allowed me to understand what it is that I want, what it is that I need, what I like. So I am doing all of those things for myself, and it is just amazing. I feel so much free. I feel amazing. I am just enjoying Marquilla and learning all of the things about myself, and also unlearning bad habits and unlearning things that I've learned that I thought was good for me or perfect for me. It is so much more. I've gained so much confidence. I'm much more vibrant. I'm comfortable with being myself, and I've gotten to a place where I really don't care what other people think about me. And so that has been this amazing part of the journey. And last but not least, but the most important, is to just forgive yourself. Because I'm just going to say this journey will definitely trigger things that you have done in the past. And the reason I think that happens is sometimes we have to confront those things to be able to move forward. And one thing that I've learned is to forgive myself. And if I've hurt anybody or done them wrong, I've asked them to forgive me as well. Because I can't hold on to those things. I'm no longer that person. I am a new person. And those things just can't come with me where I'm going. And so I've learned to forgive myself for what I didn't do or what I didn't know, and just embrace the future and move forward. And so my advice to you is, when you're having those moments of regret or guilt or shame, forgive yourself. That was the old you. This is the new you. And allow yourself to live in that space of newness, and to forgive yourself for what you didn't know in the past. And as always, guys, this has been a pleasure. I have enjoyed. I know this video is long, but I had to catch up. And I don't think I've said my waist. No, I did. Again, like I said, I started out this journey at 273 pounds. I am currently 179 pounds. I have lost over 94 pounds, very close to losing 100, and maybe losing more than 100. At least that's my hope. My goal weight is to be about 160 pounds. So I'm very close. And yeah, I just have to work hard. But thank you so much for being a part of my journey. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more episodes. I will be working to do more videos every week, every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's for now. I'm gonna switch that to Wednesdays at some point. Actually, I said Thursday because I will be doing my live show, which will be live streaming every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you haven't watched any of the episodes from the Whole You Candid Conversations, you can do so on my channel. The episodes are available here, so catch up and recap. Follow me on all the things, Facebook, and I said all the things. I am on Facebook and I am on IG at the Whole You LWC. So go ahead and follow me there. Make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, if you want to share anything, please do so in the comment section. All of my information will be available in the description. But thank you guys for following me here. I will make sure that I be posting more updates about my journey and sharing more about my life and my wellness journey, as well as more wellness tips, as I am a certified health and wellness coach, and I work to empower women to become their most vibrant and confident selves. So thank you so much, and you guys stay blessed. Until next time.